What's up everyone, welcome back to Switchcraft, and it's a great day to be a gamer. We were all a little surprised to hear so soon that we'd be getting another Octopath Traveler game from Square Enix. But those cheers of joy were quickly turned into tears of sadness when we found out that it would be a mobile game, no doubt riddled with microtransactions and full of content and options blocked by paywalls. Today we're going to talk a little bit about that game and then discuss why it may not be all bad news. First off, don't get it twisted. I hate announcements like these, telling us a much beloved game that knocked it out of the park is getting another title, but it'll be for Android or iOS devices. Being a console gamer and having gamed quite heavily on PC in the past, I hate the idea of having a game only make it onto one of these if I want to play it. I understand that they basically print money from the normies for the developer, and I'm sure investors put pressure to tap into that mobile market in every single board meeting. But I'm not convinced. Translated from Japan, the mobile version will be called Octopath Traveler Champion of Continents. First off, all things aside, that sounds like a freaking amazing title. And I don't even know anything about the game besides what we got in that first teaser trailer. While only in Japanese so far, I gotta say the graphics and music are essentially right out of the original, which makes this even more painful. They're using the same Unreal Engine 2D HD style we saw in this bad boy, and the music sounds at least as good. Pre-registration will begin Monday, March 12th, and it'll feature a brand new story. But back to being salty. What's particularly frustrating is that because of this sellout cash grab, Square no doubt had to divert resources from teams that should be working on another console version. Square had the perfect formula with the first in the series. Make a good game and you'll see a huge return on your investment. Having released only on the Switch, it's already sold over 1.5 million copies, making Square their money back many times. But no, that wasn't enough. Now, they gotta water down stories, ideas, and concepts from the Octopath universe to pump out a title one could argue gives the middle finger to the people who supported it and made it successful to begin with. You can bet that this is an amazing day for people who don't have a Switch and are willing to shell out dollar after dollar in microtransaction after microtransaction, whether they have another console or not. But don't get this twisted either. I'm not being greedy, trying to hog the game to myself and fellow Switch owners. Square's being greedy enough for all of us. No, I want to keep the Octopath bloodline pure, concentrated, and filled to the brim with what made it amazing to begin with. If you're gonna bust balls about me essentially doing the opposite of port begging, I'm not sure there's a word for that, then you better know two things. First, you better show evidence that you call people out for complaining that Chrono Trigger was getting a mobile release instead of being put on a console, and understand that I am not against new titles, hell, even the original, being released on consoles beside the Switch. And a good thing to that, because you can bet that if Square smells this much potential, there's a great chance that both of these possibilities are destined to happen in the future. But let me calm down for a sec. And let's talk a little bit about a silver lining with this whole announcement. When releasing the mobile trainer for Octopath, you can bet that tons of Japanese reporters asked about another console release. And this is where we get some scraps of new information that isn't all bad. When questioned, Square said, "Everyone who waits for a new console game, sorry. We will need time for more developing." So, hey, at least it's in the works. It probably would have been released sooner if they were focusing on it instead of just a cash grab mobile game, but there's nothing we can do about that right now. Look, in all seriousness, I'm sure that this mobile game is gonna end up being pretty decent and make a ton of money for Square. I mean, it's actually hard to mess up the formula that they had with the first game. Hit the thumbs up if you like this video and you think I should check out the iPhone version when it comes out. Thumbs down if you're in the camp that thinks that neither I nor anyone else should ever download that cell phone game in protest. I'm very curious to see where the population stands on this issue. You can bet that we'll be getting all kinds of advertising and all kinds of information about Champion of Continents in the coming days and weeks, and time will tell how it stands up on its own 2 feet. A big thanks to JapaneseNintendo.com for breaking this story, along with the additional info about the state of the next console game, and of course for translating it. And thank you so much for watching. It's a great day to be a gamer. Switchcraft out.